food drive. Number 2, I think we're going to talk a little bit about the results of Simply the Best York and Harrisburg and all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
And we also want to touch on some anniversaries that we got this month.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in once again. I got to turn my volume down here.
Yeah.
Religiously tuning in to watch us. We appreciate all you guys. Episode 75, man.
Whoa. That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
That is 75th anniversary.
Almost to 100.
Yes, 25 more episodes.
We're gonna blow some stuff up for 100 or something.
Yeah, for real. We will. We'll get the Smash Lab opened up. We're kind of using it as storage right now from the home shows and stuff till we decide what props we're gonna keep in here and then what other stuff we're gonna put in storage. But like Chris said, man, thank you guys for tuning in every week, you loyal listeners. If you haven't followed us yet, check us out. Follow us, like our page, recommend our page, all that good, happy stuff. So like Chris was saying, also, we're going to talk about the the best of the best of York County. We ended up in the top 3 finalists.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the food drive. We're going to talk about roof boots.
Yes.
What we think is the best roof boot.
Yes.
Simply just our opinion only, and that's all it is.
Yeah. And just to add to that a little bit more, not just what we think is the best, but why we think it's the best.
Right.
And why these flashings are, super, super important. I mean, when it comes down to, if we take a toll or a poll on how many services that we go do,
right,
lead calls and all that kind of stuff, and the monetary damage, and the amount of money that you got to shell out because of something so simple,
right?
A homeowner maintenance item,
yeah, right.
It's very important. So we'll touch on all that kind of stuff.
And why we feel it's important to choose the right roof boot. I mean, especially if you're re-roofing your roof and you're getting an extended warranty, like a lifetime warranty. Wouldn't you want a lifetime roof boot also installed in your house? Because like you said, it's a maintenance issue. If you don't put the right roof boot on, I would say a standard run-of-the-mill contractor grade roof boot, 3 to 5 years, you should probably go up, check it out, have someone inspect it, seal it, replace it, something. Right. They just don't last forever.
Yeah. Especially in our area,
right?
Specifically, I want to say just because of the hot cold. We have we have the ability to have such extreme differences in the temperatures. We get the really cold some days, we get the really hot some days.
Exactly. Especially in Pennsylvania, because hell, it could be 80 degrees, by 1 o'clock, and then by 8 o'clock in the evening, it could be 40 degrees. So that expansion and contraction, that thermal movement, it just wears out. The elasticity of a standard roof boot just wears out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So first things first, guys. Let's touch a little bit on what we got coming up here. We got the first annual TC Backer Construction Food Drive. Yep. This is going to be benefiting the Union Lutheran Church. We're going to be filling the Wells Food Pantry, hopefully filling that up and hopefully causing them to find more storage or something.
Absolutely.
With all the stuff that we're looking to bring out there. This is going to be supporting great people that work tirelessly around the clock, 365 days a year, making sure that no one goes hungry and people are taken care of in the local community. So
absolutely,
that's super important to us, man. Right. We want to try to do as much as we can.
Absolutely, we're trying to get local businesses involved. So if you or your employees or your coworkers want to get a box ready, on June 16th, we'd like to make our rounds to pick some things up, and then on June 17th from 1 to 4 we'll have a tent set up right outside the Union, and I believe that's at 408
West Market. The side street though, I think it's 24 Penn Street.
Yes, I think you're right.
Is I think what it is. It's right across the street from Penn Market there.
Yep, exactly.
So you'll be able to see us. Anyone that participated or came out to check us out during the 21 Turkey Salute, we're going to be posted up at the same spot. So
come down and check us out.
Make sure you guys check us out for sure.
And if you got any leftover stuff, from the hoarding of filling your pantry and stuff like that, we're looking for canned vegetables, canned fruit, hygiene products, razors, shaving cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, size 5 diapers, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and cheese, you know, just anything non-perishable really. We don't want loaves of bread, eggs, you know, shrimp, fish, things of that nature, but anything that's non-perishable or hygiene related.
Right. What's going on, Glendale? Nice to see you in here, buddy. Tara Rome. I'm sorry if I messed that up, Tara. I apologize. That's a tough one. Did I say that right, Tara?
I'm not sure. I don't even want to try it. Kim would know.
Anyways, how are you doing this evening, Tara? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, Tara, always.
David KX, as always, in here religiously. I don't think that you've missed a single episode, man.
I don't think
I actually think that David KX has been around for more episodes than me, because I believe I missed one that I wasn't able to at least tune in on.
Very possible.
So I think David KX might actually have me beat.
Yeah, right. So. He probably has me beat as well too.
I pronounced it right. Thank you, Tara.
Cool.
So yeah, the food drive. I know that we've had a couple big organizations reach out to us. You know, some people in the Southern York County.
Yep.
You know, there's some businesses that are really looking forward to this, that have already donated stuff. Some of our in-house guys have donated money and all that stuff. So we're looking for a big turnout here.
Right.
As always with this community, man, this community is great. I feel that, you know, our circle of people that we do business with and we have relationships with always come prepared and you know.
Mark Jones with John H. Myers, he donated some stuff today. We are also going to match the whatever monetary funds that we receive. TC Backer is going to match. So if we get $700, we're going to match $700, which will give us $1,400 to go on a shopping spree to pick up the items that we had mentioned earlier. So we're kind of looking forward to, we are looking forward to that, not kind of looking forward to that. So what we were thinking was, and this is us thinking out loud again, and for those of you tuning in, half the time this is like our little business meeting, so to inform our coworkers of things and you know, things that we're getting involved with or the happenings that we plan on getting involved with. So one of our thoughts was to use a place like Dottie's, because it's locally owned, opposed to going to Wise or Giant or BJ's. We felt maybe going to like Dottie's, and Dottie's uses a lot of other local businesses. Like if you go in there, like their meats and cheeses and potato chips and just whatever. A lot of it is from locally owned businesses as well. So we kind of thought,
good point. Really good idea, man.
Maybe we should, you know, go down to Dottie's, warn them ahead of time that there's going to be a dozen of us rolling up in here with like $1,400.
Yeah, and cameras.
Yeah, and cameras. Or maybe give them a list. You know, so if anyone from Dottie's is listening, be prepared. We'll get you a list together. We should probably get them ready before we go in and clean them out of stuff that we want, that we're looking for. And we'll get down there and we'll support another, you know, small local business that I know they fought tooth and nail, you know, just like the rest of us small business owners. And they did a really great job down there.
Yeah.
Of remodeling the place. So, I mean, if no one's been to Dottie's, it's the Old Hakes, right on the corner of Canal and Bull Road. The place is awesome. You go in there, they already have meals already made.
Right.
They have a great deli in the back. They have fresh fruits and vegetable. You know, they got it all. It's like a little mini grocery store.
Yeah, man. And they're, like Glenn just said, they have really good whoopie pies. They make really good.
All homemade.
Yeah, like lunch meat sandwiches. You can go in and get some fresh made pretzel sandwiches.
Right.
They got amazing snack sticks. The snack sticks that I brought on that fishing trip that one time with like the cheese in them and
they're
stuff.
My favorite beef sticks.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a really good idea to actually keep the money here local, because you figure if you go to a Walmart or a Wise or something like that, that's going to corporate somewhere. You're probably not even going to see a fraction of that money locally here.
Right.
You know, whereas Dottie's, you know, they're gonna order more food from the local people, more stuff, and
absolutely,
it's a good idea for sure. We can maybe get Tam on that. When we have our meeting,
right on.
We can get Tam on that. And print a letter up or something like that, or we can reach out to them and get that prepared for that. But yeah, anyone that wants to participate in this, reach out to myself, Ty, Vic, anyone from the TC Backer family. We can get you guys details. Set up some kind of meet where we can get the items from you. You could always come by our shop. You can drop the stuff off on site on the 17th if you want to come down and check us out. any of those options are good with us. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, man. Cool. It's going to be a good time. So the 16th, if any small businesses want to participate, we'll come by on the 16th. We're actually going to do this on the 17th. We're going to set up a tent from 1 to 4 down on 408 West Market Street on the corner of Penn and Market, which we think it's 2434 South Penn Street, or is it 324? Something
it's
like that.
24 South Penn Street, I believe. Yeah, it's 24 South Penn Street. It's
right.
not an actual. It's not an actual address.
Right.
That's just what they have on the building of the side entrance to the Union Lutheran Church, because that's just
the building's so large.
Yes,
that it takes up
and
like
that's
the entire
where
block.
I think they accept the donations at. I think Pastor Joel was telling us.
Yep.
So anyone that has to do with this organization knows that address.
Right.
Any of the people that accept any of these donations and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Pappy, what's going on, man? You can't even take a vacation from calling me Bake Stain, can you? You just had to come on here and drop his Bake Stain statement.
Yeah, he did. Good stuff. Thanks for watching,
I miss
buddy.
you, bro.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying yourself. You
We
guys
miss
deserve
you,
it, man.
you and Colin, for sure.
And Sammy. Don't forget about Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget about Sammy.
Sam and Sammy.
Yeah.
That's right. I know the girls miss her in the office.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yes.
But yeah, so actually, speaking of that, why don't we talk about some of our years that we have coming up? Speaking of Colin,
Yeah.
I believe his 1 year, or not his 1 year. I'm sorry to disrespect
1
you,
year.
Colin.
1 year tenure.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a couple employees that have been here with us for a while now. Colin's one of them.
Right.
He actually had a previous tenure here with us.
Nope. I'm sorry. That's Brian Collins.
Brian Collins.
Yes, my bad.
Oh, sorry, Colin. You're in 2 months, brother.
Yeah, 2 months.
Brian Collins, on the 17th, he's going to be here for 2 years.
Yep. Yeah,
2
back
years
again
already,
in 2
man.
years. Yeah.
That's
Brian
crazy.
was had worked for us previously, and is definitely a great mechanic. There isn't anything the guy can't do between shingle roofing, rubber roofing, window installation, gutter install. He's another all-around ace.
Yeah. And he has so much going on throughout the day. So just to give a quick shout out to Brian here, I absolutely, I don't want to say take advantage, but I take for granted the ability to be able to call that man and tell him something that I need.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how busy of a day he has, how many trailers he's got to run. If he's got to stay and pick trash up at a lot, clean up a site until 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, man.
He doesn't forget about that,
No.
and I have it in the morning.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. I know if I make that phone call and let him know, like, hey, the guys need this, or someone needs a ladder, or someone needs a tool, or can you do this? Can you get this van dropped off out here?
Right.
He makes it happen.
He
makes it happen,
does.
and that's something that I think I will say I at least.
Right.
I take that for granted, and he's one of those guys, and what kind of reminded me of this, he's one of those guys that when he's not here, you really notice it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And what reminded me of that is Scott is actually going to be going on a vacation. He's going to be gone for an entire week.
Right.
And I couldn't really think of anything that, I needed to get ready for him to be gone, but I guarantee you as soon as he's gone for a day or two, I'm going to be like, man, where's Scott?
Right.
You know what I mean? He's another one of those guys that just kind of flies under the radar and just, is always where he needs him to be and that stuff. So those two guys make a really good team for sure. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, man.
If
for
you're
sure.
watching,
Thank
I
you
don't know
guys.
if Brian has a Facebook or not, but
I know he used to, and I know his wife does.
gotcha.
Right.
Well, if his wife is watching, make sure you let him know that we said kudos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our next one is Sam. Sam is celebrating her 1 year anniversary on the 29th.
Yeah.
So that's time flies
I know, it's crazy.
when you're having fun.
It's crazy.
For sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then good old Tater Tate.
Yeah, Tate, what's up? Where's he at?
He's up here. Tate Emlet.
Yeah, Tate.
On the 10th.
Yeah,
That's
man.
actually in a couple days here.
Yeah, it is. So his 1 year anniversary is coming up on the 10th already. So, these were people that think about the time frame.
Yeah.
That when we hired them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Other than Brian, yeah. Sam
were-
and Tate.
Right.
They were hired during the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely. There was a lot of people. If you really go down through this list, there's a lot of people with a year or less. And on how many more people we've picked up since the pandemic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which I feel, honored and a pleasure to been able to do that for somebody through such a trying time, stressful, anxiety-filled, neurotic mess that that we kind of were at times. And I know we talk about this all the time, but I really feel like it had made the company stronger. It had made our culture stronger, and we ended up with a lot of really good friends and coworkers out of it as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
So
it definitely put a twist and a spin on things. It got us, it gave us the confidence to be able to be prepared for these kinds of things. It kind of kicked our butts in gear. So, if you notice, I know after the 1 year mark of when this started, there was all the talk that this might, there might be another outbreak of stuff. Cases might increase. I wasn't scared of it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because there wasn't as much unknown of what's going to happen to us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we know no matter what, we already been through it, and we successfully been through it.
Yeah.
So
right. Well,
we're ready.
I read something, I think it was today or yesterday, that I guess we're going to know for sure if we're in the clear or not in about 2 weeks because of the holiday and the gatherings and stuff like that. So time will tell.
Yeah.
I know I feel pretty good about it. I think it's gone through our shop. We had 2 waves of it go through our shop. The first half got it. It seemed like the office staff ended up with it first, and then it seemed like our outside guys ended up getting it on the second wave. So either we've had it or have been vaccinated. I know a good majority of us have been vaccinated, and so hopefully those of you who have gotten vaccinated got that peace of mind that that security blanket or whatever you want to call that that we can live without fear today.
Right.
And I feel pretty good. The weather's looking good. Finally, I think it just seems like summer or spring or whatever. I don't even know what season it is that we're coming into, but it just seems like it's taken a while for it to actually get warm.
I mean, minus this past Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Saturday, I woke up and went outside to look at the mailbox, and I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
It's like cold out. I
Yeah.
need a sweatshirt.
Right, 50 degrees and raining, like the first week of June, last week of May.
Went from
April,
80s, 90s,
yeah,
and it was
right.
40 some degrees every night.
Yeah, ridiculous. So it seems like this spring and summer is already flying by us here a little bit. But, hopefully it'll slow down a little bit and warm up, and we can all enjoy the summer.
Yeah, man, it's roofing season.
Sure.
It's roofing. It's exterior construction season right now.
For sure.
We're in full blast, and
Absolutely.
we're busy. We're blessed for the stress, like you said.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like we're running really efficiently right now. The guys are all getting stuff done. We're not having as many rain days or many delays or because it seemed like there for a while. It was either got 3 days of rain this week or someone was sick or someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was always something that we were down or. I feel like we got a good couple weeks under our belts of some real nice weather and able to get ahead of some things.
Yeah.
But. It could be worse, man. We could be sitting around twiddling our thumbs, hoping for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
That could be the problem that we have. So, I'll always take the we're too busy stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll take that any day.
Chuck said it's always exterior construction season at TC Backer.
That's a very good point, Chuck. That's a very good point. And one of the great things that makes that possible is that we installed GAF shingles. That all you need it to be is 40 degrees, man. For 2 hours.
Right.
So
for it to be permanently sealed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can install them all winter long.
Right.
Yeah. For sure. Especially with the way that they're designed now, the glue strip, the nailing area. I mean, it's just it's a good shingle. It's always has been a good shingle, but they just really went over and beyond to improve it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yep.
For sure. But yeah, man. So let's actually take that whole weather talk there and lead that kind of into what we're going to talk about today, which is pipe boots, roof jacks, roof boots. There's a couple different names for them, but they're super important, man.
Very.
I want to say every house has these on them.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with any that I've been on or seen that doesn't have some kind of a vent pipe.
I would say at least
90%
of the roofs
have
some
I guess
type of vent
sometimes
pipe.
you can get them out the siding, but most places, you're going to have some kind of vent pipe for your plumbing out of the roof.
For sure.
And basically what that is, anytime you see the white pipes or the black pipes if they're painted sticking out of your roof, they need flashed. And there's a special product that you use to do this, and there is actually multiple kinds of this product. There's good ones, there's better ones, there's best ones.
We got a really bad one too that I forgot to grab. Those all rubber ones.
Oh yeah, they're real bad.
Damn it.
Don't even show them.
Yeah.
They're so bad. I can't believe we even have them in the shop anymore.
Well,
man.
they were because we were
They're
swapping
bad,
them out
bad.
for good ones.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to show you guys kind of what we're talking about here, this is your traditional pipe boot. And when I said there's a good, better, and best, this is what I would call the lower of the quality, the good. Because obviously it's a good product if it's going to stop it from leaking. You know what I mean? It's not a bad product.
Yeah.
If you guys watched last week, this is the one that I was talking about that I can't stand.
Right.
They're flimsy.
Yeah.
They bend very easily.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to get these worked underneath some shingles and this corner bends up and you get it up in there, and then you got a shingle sticking up and they just don't ever seem to bend back perfectly. And, I'm just not a fan of these things, man. I'm really not. I'm not a fan of them. I know all the guys that install pipe boots. Any of the guys in the chat here want to comment on these things. You don't see these in the trucks very often. As a matter of fact, there's some of our builders that will supply these things, and we don't use them. We carry our own boots, and we'll swap these things out.
And one of the reasons, at least from my experience over the years, of why I didn't like them, one, it's very difficult to get these under the shingles on a new construction roof.
Yeah.
Okay, this, it isn't very flexible. And then the other thing that I really don't like about it, it's probably one of my number one reasons why I don't like it, is that they actually, the way that this neoprene gasket here is attached to the metal, I've seen this like expand, contract, and actually pull off of this metal.
Yeah,
already.
actually, I don't even think that it's attached here. I think it's just, it is. It is. I think they use like some kind of a glue or something like that to
it's
attach
crimped
that
on there. But
it's not very deep in there. I mean, it only comes onto the actual metal part of this boot, maybe a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, something like that. But when you wedge these down on the pipe, sometimes these things will actually come off sometimes.
Yeah.
Like this will come off, then you got to start all over.
Right.
And you like you said, when you got to get these up underneath the shingles, you need a little bit of flexibility. You know, if you take one of these other guys, I mean, these things are flexible, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they go back to original shape.
Right.
This thing, if you got to wedge this up underneath there, it stays that way.
Yeah.
You know, then you got to try to hold shingles up with one arm.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to stand on a 10-12 pitch.
Absolutely.
Get these things up under there.
Right.
And that's not even to mention, these things are made to fit multiple different pipes. So on your typical roof, you're going to have either an 1.5-inch pipe, a 2-inch pipe, a 3-inch pipe, or a 4-inch pipe, depending on what's coming out. You got radon, you got your actual vent pipes, bathroom vents,
HVAC.
Yes. So depending on what pipe and what that pipe's purpose is going to depend on the size. Well, these never leak, never caulk, no caulk. Pipe boots, they actually have, and you guys probably can't see, but there's actually on this gasket, there's rings with different lines and arrows pointing onto it with different measurements. So if you're putting this on an 1.5-inch pipe boot, it sits on right as it is. So this is going to fit snug on an 1.5-inch pipe boot. If you need a 2-inch pipe boot, you got to take a razor blade and cut around this notch here. And a razor blade is sharp, man.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy while you're standing on a steep pinch, balancing yourself, holding this in one hand to cut this and go past that notch. And if you go past that notch, now you're exposing yourself to water, and this boot is no longer adequate. In my opinion.
Right. And not only that, okay, let's say it is an 1.5-inch pipe, so you don't have to cut this. What I've actually seen has happened is where the perforation is on this, that'll actually come apart over time with expansion and contraction. I've gone up onto a roof already, or if you're not careful installing this, it'll tear. This will tear. This isn't designed, unfortunately, not to last forever with the expansion, contraction, the heat, the rain, the snow, and even hail.
Yeah.
I've seen where these have tore out on their own already. They're just, I mean, in a pinch, and if you know what you're doing and take your time to install it, it'll work.
Yeah.
You know, but then what happens is it becomes a maintenance issue, and that's really the point that we're trying to make is that a roof boot like this becomes a maintenance issue.
Right.
Okay, you can actually buy a sleeve that's in this shape and slip it back over once this dry rots. You know what I mean? Like they're already making these things that can slip over because they know it's going to fail, or they have failed. And then the other brand that we have or have used, and if you are going to go with something like this, try to get the one that actually fits the pipe that you have. That's going to be your best opportunity to get it to last, you know, a lot longer than 3 to 5 years. Try to get the one that actually fits the pipe.
Right.
Sometimes the pain in the butt, you got to go up on your roof, you got to measure the side of the pipe, you know, outside to outside, run the Lowe's or you know, ABC or Cole Building Products, and you know, tell them that you need, you know, a 2-inch pipe boot, 3-inch pipe boot, 1.5-inch pipe boot, or 3 or 4-inch pipe boot. That's your best bet when you can't get a different style boot.
And for anyone that doesn't know how to figure that out, if you're on your roof, because let's face it, this is a homeowner maintenance issue. This is an item that, I mean, you can call us to come out and check these things.
Absolutely.
We'll gladly do that. But this is something that you need to go up and check. I mean, these aren't going to last the life of your roof. We're putting lifetime roofs on people's houses.
Right.
There's only one pipe boot here that I would consider a lifetime pipe boot.
And don't get us wrong. Every 3 to 5 years, you should have your roof inspected. I've seen animals, I've seen birds actually pick at the granules of a shingle, especially at the peak, at the very edge of your peak. I don't know if you've ever noticed anybody's roof where it just seems like it's almost tore open at the very edge going up the rakes. You know what that's from?
Probably birds.
That's from birds pecking at the roof. Yeah, so I mean, anything can happen. Yes, we can install a lifetime roofing system based upon, you know, normal circumstances. You know what I mean? Now, if we get a category 4 or 5 tornado that comes up through here, I mean, I don't care what kind of roofing system you install.
Right.
It's not going to hold up.
Right.
Tree lands on your house. Unfortunately, lifetime roof system is not going to protect your home.
No. Those are all acts of
You
God.
get a squirrel. I've seen squirrels. I've seen birds. You know what I mean? And I've seen squirrels and birds actually chew at these already. Or it appeared that something chewed on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I haven't actually witnessed it, but that's just, you know, what I've heard, that, you know, animals will actually eat at these. So even though you may have had a lifetime roof installed on your house, I would suggest, you know, especially if you have a chimney, get up on your roof or call someone and hire someone to go up and just do an inspection.
Right.
Check the flashings around your pipe boots, check your box vents, check the chimney flashing. If you got skylights, have them go up. Check out your skylights. You know, any kind of penetration that comes up through your roof should definitely be inspected. Every 3 to 5 years.
And not to mention, it is impossible to install an entire roof without having at least 1 or 2 exposed nails. Because the end of your cap run on your ridge vent, that last cap you have to face nail. You have to, and you have to caulk it. That caulk is not going to last more than 5 years.
And then according to the Field Pro Guide, we actually have to cut little pieces of shingle and stick over.
But that, I mean, that's not going to last forever. That's a homeowner maintenance.
I've seen birds peel them things off already.
Absolutely. And one more thing I want to add to this, another reason that I don't like this, I mean, you guys can't feel through the camera here, but this rubber gasket is really rigid. It doesn't really have much flex to it, and you would think that that's good. Personally, I don't think that that's good. I don't like that. And if you also look at this, traditionally you want your pipes to come straight up out of your roof, to not be on this at an angle, because if you understand the diameter of a circle, if you curve that and you change the angle of it, it's different. You know what I mean? So you're putting more stress on one side of the pipe boot than you are on the other. So these things, if you put this on the wrong, you know, you got a 12-12 up there, man. That sucker's sitting like this. I mean, you guys can see on the camera, that pipe needs to come out like this for it to be right. And you don't want that. You don't want that on your roof. So
for sure.
That's another thing that I don't like about these. And if you guys notice in here, Colin Cross, who's actually on vacation, he's installed probably thousands and thousands and thousands of pipe boots for us. He said, "What is that aluminum crap?" So that's how much our guys like those things. But if you notice, this is what we would call the better pipe boot. It's a lot more flexible to get it up underneath the shingles. You don't have to worry about your edges getting folded up and getting stuck like that.
Right.
And the thing that I like about this is a lot more flexible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it just fits better.
Right.
It sits on the pipe better. It squeezes the pipe better. It allows for more expansion and contraction.
Exactly.
And it won't dry rot out as much.
Right.
And the way that this gasket is actually attached on here, I think is a little bit better.
Right. It's mechanically attached to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never seen the gaskets pop out of these ones.
Right.
My guys may be able to correct me on that if they've ever seen it, but I personally...
I've seen it. I've seen where actually these will deteriorate over time. And again, maintenance issue. That's why that's the whole subject of tonight's show is, you should always have someone go up, inspect your roof.
Yeah, for sure.
Depending upon what roof boot, if you have a home that's been built in the past 10 or 15 years, this roof boot is probably the style of roof boot that you have on your house today, and you should definitely go up and get them inspected.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you need a new roof, especially if your roof is leaking. And if you can identify the area of where it's leaking, it's probably a roof boot, especially if your house is only 10 or 15 years old. It's because, unfortunately, you didn't know any better, or no one has warned you that you should get your roof inspected every 3 to 5 years, especially your roof boots or any other penetration skylights, chimneys, so on and so forth.
Yes. That's correct, Tyler. Neo-poly pipe boots.
Yeah, let's do a couple shout outs here. I noticed that Alan Tyson's on here. Good to see you, brother. Both Laurens are on here. Lauren, good to see you. Hey, Lauren. Yep, you got the notification. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Chuck, good to see you. Who else was in here? I saw
Perry Ware.
Perry. Is Perry in here?
Yep, Perry Ware's
There's another guy that doesn't get enough credit. And Gio, yes, they are hard to work with. The aluminum ones are very hard to work with, man. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Chuck said it was a temporary fix. That's it. I think he's referring to the roof boot. That's it. I just don't want to leave anybody out. We'll try to stay engaged with our conversations here a little bit with you guys. I think that's pretty much it. So, but anyhow, 3 to 5 years, have someone come out and inspect your roof boots. These, you can pick these up at any hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere, any place that sells roofing products, you can pick these up. If you are going to have these installed on your roof, or if you do have these installed on your roof, and if you've had them installed within the last 5 years, you should definitely go and get them inspected. So
yeah. Another thing I want to point out about this version, for those of you guys out there that have never installed these before, these pipe boots actually come with these little indents in them.
Yes.
That show where they prefer you to put nails.
Good point.
And the reason that they have that like that is because when you install a pipe boot, you should weave them in with your shingles, so you should have some of your pipe boot exposed. Your layer that sits over top should not probably be past this point, and all this stuff should all be covered by shingle while this is exposed, so that water will run down the way it's supposed to.
Yes.
And the reason that they have these here is because when you put your nail in here, you want to be able to still have room to run a bead of caulk that will go around to seal off water from being able to buck down here, up underneath here, and get in your nail holes. So when you put your shingles down over top of this, there should be a layer of caulk that's going to keep that water from going up underneath there. Usually don't like to see nails through the bottom here. Sometimes you do have those instances where, let's just say you're on an old house and maybe the decking isn't the straightest in the world. It's good decking, but it sometimes does get a little bit of waviness to it. Maybe the pipe boot's not sitting right, and the end of your pipe boot's sticking up a little bit.
Right.
You can nail the end of these down. I personally don't like to if you don't have to, because then it just requires you to put some kind of silicone or caulk on there or something like that.
Exactly, and like you were stating, it depends on the roof pitch too. Sometimes if you got a weird roof pitch, again, if it's a super serious steeped pitch roof and your pipe's coming out of this is going to want to pull up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you do want to try sometimes to get the nails as close as you can down here, but not necessarily exposed. But like you said, there are instances where you do have to put a nail in here, but then again, it becomes another maintenance issue.
Correct.
Hence,
Correct.
what we're talking about is that you should go up and always have these things inspected. I like the point that you brought up that, you know, you try to hide the nails underneath the shingles. And what it does, that actually allows the water to travel around this area here. And the whole point is you always want to leave this exposed, okay? And the easiest way that I can show this on camera right now is if you have this bottom underneath the shingles like this, where do you think the water is going to go when it travels around this? A lot of homeowners or even inspectors, I've had them call us out that they didn't understand why the bottom of the roof boot was exposed. Okay, well that's so when water travels around this, it allows the water to come out. And this should actually be on top of your bottom shingle, just like that, not like this. So when water travels around the roof boot, it's actually going to go in here, and you will get a roof leak.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I like to try to tell my guys to do, when they set these, if you like to put a layer of caulk around this thing, just to prevent any kind of wind-driven rain from getting up underneath there. So when you set this on the deck, it's setting in caulk, and then you caulk around here where your shingles are going to go. So there's no way that you can get water into that penetration there. So I mean, it's just a little above and beyond there to try to keep as much, try to make these things last as long as possible, because they're not going to last the lifetime of your roof.
Unfortunately,
and just to prevent as much maintenance as possible, basically.
Absolutely.
Because the dollar amounts on, you know, mold remediation, drywall repair, all that kind of stuff that comes in. God forbid you don't notice it; it's in an area that you don't go in. You know, you get some kind of framing damage, you know, rotten wood. It can get very, very expensive for
your
$100 piece of flashing. Like, you know,
seriously,
versus thousands.
Right. $150 roof inspection.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And one boot replaced can save you thousands of dollars.
Right.
Health issues, you know, keeping your family safe. I mean, honestly, tonight, tomorrow, if anyone out there that's listening is a homeowner, go out and just check your roof boots if you can. If you can't, give us a call. We'll get up there. We'll check it out. And we're not trying to say we're going to come out and try to sell you on a new roof. What we're trying to do is save you from having to get a new roof by just preventative maintenance.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep.
And so we want to break out the big daddy here.
Break him out.
This is the good one here.
It is.
This is what they call the ultimate pipe flashing.
Yeah, man.
I mean, as you guys can see, there's definitely a lot more going on here than what you have with this traditional boot.
Yes.
Number one, your gasket actually rides up the pipe boot.
Yes.
You know, you have a what do we want to call that? A millimeter thick piece of rubber that's stopping water there.
Yes.
This gasket is actually probably, you got, I don't know, maybe
inch to 3/16 of an inch thick
thickness, but then as much of the gasket that actually hugs the pipe.
Yes.
You know, once you get past this millimeter of pipe flashing, it's just open space.
That's it. You're right.
You know, this pipe actually hugs like a glove.
Right.
The pipe, so water's got to get through here, and it's got to work.
Right.
I mean, it's got to work for a while.
And we also, if you notice this ring around here, what we do is put a pipe clamp on that.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
And the weight of this thing is what would you say this is?
Probably a box of these.
5-7 pounds is what this is. And this is actually mechanically fastened. Like you would have to literally try to destroy this pipe boot. There's a reason why this is considered a lifetime, you know, flashing.
Right.
I mean, when they mean lifetime, they mean lifetime. So any roof that we install, as far as like with our lifetime gold pledge silver or weather stopper roof system, we install these, and these aren't your 3-in-1 style. So if you have a 2-inch pipe, that's all that's going to fit on there is a 2-inch pipe. That's it. These come in 2.5 inch, 3, and 4-inch.
Yeah. Another thing I want to point out, guys, if any homeowners out there hop on their roof tonight, tomorrow, next week, and they go up on there and they look at their pipe boot and they're like, oh, someone was already up here, they caulked around it, it's good. Mm-hmm. That's your first sign that it is not good.
Yes.
And the reason that I'm going to say that is you probably have one of these two boots on there. When you put caulk in there, what happens, roofing caulk heats up in the summertime, and it will actually work its way down in between the gasket and the pipe, which will then create a minuscule ridge right there.
Yes.
That it will not allow it to seal once it hardens up again.
Absolutely.
And if you have to rely on caulk at where your gasket meets your pipe boot,
right,
then your pipe boot is not doing its job. It's
right,
not working.
absolutely.
You should not ever be caulking around.
Right,
that.
and even this brand here says never leak, never caulk.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's designed to seal around your pipe if it's installed correctly on the correct pitch,
right,
of roof. You know what I mean? And a lot of roofers probably don't even realize that you got to have the right roof boot for the right pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't even think home builders, homeowners, roofers don't even realize that you got to take that into consideration
right,
as well.
Right. One of the really good things about this one that I've noticed, number one, if you guys look at this,
and
look at how much
designed.
of a pitch that's on. Okay.
Yes.
You take a roof boot like this, yeah, it's on a similar pitch. But if you have a steeper roof,
yeah,
you're putting a lot of stress on this, and there's no room for movement down here in the bottom of the boot.
It actually pulls it away from the aluminum.
This right here has all this extra space that allows this pipe to be moved, and you can put this on multiple different pitches.
Yeah.
That's why they have so much space here and this space right here.
Yeah, that's why it's designed exactly the way that it is, to have the flexibility to fit any roof pitch to any pipe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have never in my lifetime, and I'm not very old, but I was going to go somewhere else with that, but I have never seen any of these fail before. So, I mean, and I've been doing this for a minute, but I have never seen one of these roof boots fail. I've never had to go back and perform any kind of maintenance on this. I've never had to caulk it. Once this thing is installed, I mean, just look at the size difference.
Yeah, man. I was just going to point that out. Look at how much space you have. So on your never leak, never caulk pipe boot, if you're going to nail this in the right spot here, you're going to put a nail probably right around here. So you got maybe an inch to an inch and a half space in between where water's going to be running all the time and where your nail head is.
Exactly.
Look at where you nail these things.
Yes.
I mean, you nail these over here. You got 3 to 3.5 inches of space
away.
That water has to go up that way.
Yeah.
And the way gravity works, water doesn't go that way.
No.
It doesn't go that way. It's not going to go that far that way.
Right. You may get a driving rain, but it's not like a driving rain for 10 hours, 12 hours straight.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like there was a lot of thought. I'm willing to bet that someone in the roofing industry designed this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And the other thing is GAF supports these roof boots on their lifetime warranties.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
GAF
GAF doesn't make them, but they do. I don't know if they're a sponsor or what the right terminology is, but they recommend us to use the lifetime
This is
roof.
a recommended product.
Yes.
And GAF doesn't recommend products unless they're good products.
No.
Man, for sure.
No, I got a trivia question for you. What 3 products doesn't GAF make?
3 products?
Yes.
Drip Edge, roof boots. I know they make vents. Drip Edge, roof boots, and I don't know the other one.
Step flashing.
Step flashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say apron flashing, but
well, they don't make that either.
Yeah.
So it's for components that they don't make, but they make just about everything else. And why they don't make that, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Right.
Dude, I wonder. I don't know the info on this, but is there any like specific types that they recommend or anything like that? Like that they endorse any certain brands or anything like that? That you know of?
Not drip edge or roof to wall flashing,
Gotcha.
anything like that. But they do specify certain sizes.
I do know that part. You
Yeah.
know, in certain instances, you need certain size flashing and step flashing. And
But
stuff.
this is when it comes to flashings.
Yeah, because this technically is considered a flashing.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is technically a flashing.
Yes.
But you know, just to take all the maintenance out. I mean, you put one of these things on, you don't have to go on your roof every 3 years and look at your pipe boots.
No,
This thing's
sure.
gonna last.
Yeah, man.
This sucker's gonna last.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, you would almost have to, you know, intentionally try to destroy this thing. I don't even think that this gasket doesn't come off.
Yeah.
You know, some of them you can they actually like plug in there almost. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not this, man. This is just a really well designed boot.
It is. It's heavy. It's a little more expensive, but I think for the peace of mind, it's worth it in the long run.
For sure. For sure. I mean, you look at your traditional, you know, I don't know. We'd probably charge to put one of these guys on. I don't know, $200, $250, something like that for the call, removal and replacement,
right?
Material included.
Yeah.
You do that probably 3 or 4 times in the life of this.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
It's a no-brainer.
Right.
It's a no-brainer
for sure. For sure. And that's really our experience. Like, I've never read the warranty on these things, but I've seen these things fail.
Yeah.
On 3 or 4 year old homes.
Dude, I'd be surprised if there is a warranty.
Yeah,
on those things,
maybe we'll do an episode and we'll break out the warranties on them
Yeah.
and just see what the warranties are. I mean, we could be totally wrong. And again, this is solely just our opinions.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not getting paid or affiliated with the Lifetime Roof Boot or anything. We're just solely speaking from our experience only. And we together probably have 40 to 50 years experience sitting here just in this room tonight. You know, I've seen these things fail. I've seen the rubber come off from the aluminum. I've seen people actually rip these things off and actually use them to fix when these dry rot. You know what I'm saying? And now they're selling these things because they're already setting you up for failure, that they know that this thing's going to fail. And I believe it's the same company that actually makes extra rubber things that you can slip on. So when this does
It's the Never Leak version 2.
Yes. There you go. So, hey, when in doubt, check it out the second time. I don't know, or whatever. You know?
That's a good motto for him, man. When in doubt, check it out a second time.
That's right.
But yeah, you're not going to find, you know, this company isn't going to say, hey, here's a gasket that you can put on top of your boot. The way you don't have to change the underside or change any shingles out.
Yeah.
Which I understand the idea, the concept. You know, if you have an older roof, anyone that's changed out pipe boots and stuff on a pre-existing roof, it can turn into a chore. You know, if you got shingles that don't want to peel apart, you know, they're old.
Right.
You go to rip that pipe boot out. Now you got to replace this shingle. Well, to replace this shingle, you got to lift this one. Now this one rips, and before you know it, you're up at the peak.
Right. Listen, what you think might be a quick $175 repair, real quick, could easily turn into a $500 repair. Once we get in there and start removing the shingles and then damaging the shingles, because you know how that is. Once the shingles seal, then next thing you know, you're a bundle into it.
Yeah.
You know, we got to leave, go and try to match the existing shingles up, so it's not now an eyesore.
Yeah.
Because of trying to switch out one roof boot, that easily for an extra $80 you could have had these installed. So and again, that's why, you know, when we're putting a roof on somebody's home with our good, better, best, you know, packages that we have, we always install these. Even if we have to run somewhere to get them, we always install these boots.
Yeah.
Yep. It takes a little extra time to figure out what size pipes, because again, these aren't adjustable just like these are. These are adjustable roof boots. Okay. This is not adjustable. This isn't one size fits all. This only fits, this particular one here is only a 2-inch for a 2-inch pipe. But that thing's a beast.
It is, dude. It is. I really like how it has the gasket that hugs the pipe.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's probably that big, that actually a full solid contact on the pipe. I mean, the chances of water going down in there, it's not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
No, and I like how they have this in there so you're not going to damage it when you go to put on the what the heck's the word I'm looking for?
Pipe clamp.
Yeah, the pipe clamp on there. So then even if you are on a really steep roof, okay? So let's say you are on a 14-12 pitch. Well, when you put the pipe clamp on there, it's going to keep it so it doesn't do what it's not supposed to do. And with all the
flexibility down here, that allows that to suck in there like that, man. And it's you try to do that on one of these, man.
Right.
It's not happening.
See the shape of this. See how that's shaped like that?
Right.
That's, even if you installed it like this, it's made for the pipe to go up through there. That's why they make this oblong.
Right.
And that, you're kind of screwed. Right.
It won't, this will not allow the pipe to move sideways.
Yeah.
Forward and backwards maybe, but not sideways.
Nope. Yep. So good stuff.
Yeah.
Another GAF product that they recommend us to use. So we wanted to go over this, you know, last week and the week before. We went over, you know, the HDZs and the warranties and those kinds of things. I think we touched briefly on the ultimate roof boot flashing, but I really wanted to show everybody tonight like what this thing is, because until you actually see the difference between this and this, you know, it is amazing. Like, no wonder, you know, I think what $7-12 something like that to $80. But you get what you pay for. I mean, look at that.
It's a beast, man.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
I mean, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'd be
it's
curious,
ridiculous.
Todd. You know, I wish Brad was on here. I'm curious to know if GAF's bonding strip, the adhesive strip on their shingle, bonds to this.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I'd just be curious to know that.
I'm sure it does.
Because I know these don't get bonded, man. The way that this material is, it doesn't bond to these.
Right.
You know, these things, if you don't caulk these down, those shingles will be loose against this pipe boot forever.
I've seen it stick to drip edge already, so I can't imagine why it wouldn't stick to that. Non-corrosive, lifetime, awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, man, it definitely is
That's
a good
good
roof
stuff.
boot. So check it out, man. Get your roof inspected, 3 to 5 years. Have anyone go up, check out your penetrations, your skylights, your roof boots, your chimney flashing. You know, that's what we recommend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. We want to do a couple more shout outs here. I think we got a couple more people on here before we wrap up. I do want to touch back on the food drive for any latecomers here. Talk a little bit about that. Yeah. Chuck and the Truck's on here. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you on here, man. Hope you had a good day today. Chris Mendez, what's going on, man? Out mowed a bunch of lawns today. Trying to play catch up from the holidays. I know these are always the tough days. You got to fit 4 or 5 days into 4 days.
Right, and I think he's in the midst of training people.
Yeah. So that's got to be tough.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Who else we got on here?
Alan Tyson, witches hats.
Yeah, witch hats that's actually a term that is used for the flat rubber.
Yeah.
The flat rubber roofs. They literally look like black witches hats.
Yeah.
And they're just, they look a lot like this, but they're flat. There's no angle to them at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually are, the one size fits all.
Yeah.
But they all, if you've ever noticed, they all have a spot that you can clamp.
Yes.
So it'll have a strip on it that you cut out,
Yep.
and then directly underneath that there'll be a space for a clamp.
Absolutely.
And then it'll be the next strip that you
Yep.
cut out, and then a space
Right.
for a clamp.
And they're definitely only designed for flat roofs.
Right.
Application.
Yeah, they're like those rubber rubber things up there that you wanted to show everyone. Maybe we'll bring one on next episode to show you guys. These things are ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're
Someone
ridiculous.
actually wanted us to install
Yeah,
those.
I'm going to try to give one of them to Giovanni in the morning and see if he'll install it.
He probably knows better. He'll be like, really? Do you really
The hell
want me
is
to
this?
have to come back and replace this thing in 6 months?
I don't even know how you would get that thing up underneath the shingles to sit flat, dude. It's so flimsy. Like I
They
really
don't
don't
even fit around a pipe.
like how would you even get that up underneath there? Because
I
it's
don't know.
gonna attach to the shingles. Like
Yes.
it's gonna rub the shingles. You can't slide it
I wish I would have brought one. Damn it. That would have been a definite no-no. Like, if you ever see a roof boot like the one we're talking about, it's actually like fully neoprene. There's no, like, this is stiff. Like, the nailer's stiff, and the neoprene's kind of attached to the PVC and then, or the vinyl, and then this is stiff. And it's attached to, the neoprene's attached to the aluminum.
Another really good point here, dude.
What's that?
Summertime. All right, you got really hot shingles and you're trying to slide this sucker up in here.
Mm-hmm.
These corners can go right through them shingles.
Absolutely.
You get it up underneath there and you finally work it up underneath there. There is nothing more aggravating than when you get this thing up in there and you got a corner sticking up and you got to get it back out, bend the corner down.
Yep.
By that time, you're in and out of these hot shingles, man.
Right.
They're ripping.
Right.
They're tearing for sure.
Well, and could you imagine trying to carry these around in your truck?
Yeah, dude, they'd be destroyed.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Absolutely ruined. Yep. I mean, I can't even imagine what it
You
would
can't.
look like.
I can't even
No.
damage this thing. I mean, you have to actually try
for
to
real.
damage this to damage it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, who else is on here? David Katz, Chuck. What's he talking about? Chris Rock or?
do you want
we
the
got
Chris Rock
Chris
of
Rock.
pipe boots, or do you want the Dwayne the Rock Johnson of pipe boots?
I don't know. I guess the Dwayne Johnson of roof boots. There. I like Chris Rock though, man.
I do too. He's kind of funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
He's
might
kinda
want the
funny.
Chris Rock boot. I don't know. But yeah, man, good stuff though. Thank you guys for tuning in every week with us. Gio and David KX and Alan Tyson or whatever the hell your name is. I always forget.
Zach Fisher.
Yeah, Zach Fisher. You got me.
Change your name, Zach.
Yeah, dude, you got me. So
Messing
screwed
Ty all up still.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Jana, thank you for watching. What's she doing? She saying anything? Smiling, saying hi or anything? No. Chris Manchis, good to see you, buddy. I know he's busting ass. Him and Nate over on the Horizon side. They're still looking for
receptionist.
A receptionist.
Yeah.
I know they have a pile of applications to go through. So if anyone out there that is listening has put in an application, just be patient. We're going through them. Lauren, myself, Nate, and Chris Mendez. There's a whole stack of them. So we're actually looking for someone up at TC Backer Construction as well. So we're kind of going through to see who would best fit. So we kind of got the pile split in two right now, and trying to sift through that. So give us a minute. Be patient with us until we get through that pile. So we'll get back to you regardless if you get the job or not. So thank you.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, Chuck was just being stupid. Get out, Chuck. you were being stupid? I don't believe that. Not for 1 minute. But yeah.
He looks fancy in his new truck, man.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
You've probably seen it more than I have. I don't even see Chuck that much anymore.
He's in and out pretty quick in the morning anymore, man.
Yeah.
He's in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks nice and fancy in his shiny new
Good.
truck. I tried to get in there and be all sophisticated and hook his phone up to Bluetooth.
Did it work?
Nope.
It didn't?
No, he doesn't have Bluetooth.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, it doesn't have Bluetooth.
Are you
sure? It has an aux cord.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I got him all hyped up, and I was like,
late.
yo, just give me 2 minutes. I'll hook it up.
Right.
And I got in, and I was like,
damn it. Sorry,
dude.
Yeah, man. Sorry, buddy. You're too late, I guess. Damn it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's even got a backup camera there.
It does, man.
Yeah.
It does. Everything else, man. Everything
Spot
else.
on. But it doesn't have Bluetooth?
Nope.
Get out.
Probably because I got him all hyped up for it.
Yeah, probably. You wouldn't know how to use it anyhow, Chuck. So don't feel bad, buddy. All right? I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Before we wrap up here, we're gonna talk 1 more minute here for the late arrivers. First annual TC Backer Food Drive.
Yes.
June 17th, sponsoring Union Lutheran Church and the Well Pantry in York, PA. Let's try to stock these shelves to get them ready for the busy season. You know, this is the time of year where they usually get low and you know, they may end up having to turn people away.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen. You know,
Right.
if we can at least guarantee them another week of being able to feed people, even if it's another day of being able to feed people, you know, let's just do something.
Yeah.
Like Ty said, TC Backer is going to match whatever monetary donations are made and then go out and buy all the supplies needed. We're going to be there from 1 to 4 at 408 West Market Street. We hope to see you guys there. We're going to be looking for peanut butter, jelly, mac and cheese, canned fruits, canned veggies, size 5 diapers, laundry detergent, toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoo, deodorant, razors, the disposable kind or the regular kind. I mean, if you want to go all out and buy a bunch of $30 Mach 3 razors, then
do it.
Go for it.
Yeah, man.
Shaving cream, soap, body wash, and any other kind of personal care items. And I'd even go as far to say that, you know, if anyone's got any clothes or anything like that they want to donate to, I mean, we can always bring that kind of stuff down
Absolutely.
too. Anything that you can think of that somebody that is displaced may be able to use.
Whatever you take for granted, they probably need it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
But we'll be there 1 to 4. Please, if you guys want to participate, reach out to one of us. You can message the TC Backer Facebook page. You can message me, message Ty, message Vic, anyone in the TC Backer family or anyone that we're affiliated with.
Yeah.
We got this ad posted on our Facebook.
So before I forget, let's do a couple shout outs for that. So David Kax along with Allied Maintenance have already donated stuff. Chris Bender and Jeremy Bender with Retail Ready, Rent Ready, Roof Ready. They had made a donation of several different items, and Mark Jones with John H. Myers has also donated stuff so far. So any other local businesses that want to get involved, let us know, reach out to us, hit us up on Facebook, call the shop, email us, whatever. I think we're going to use Dottie's to pick up the stuff with the money that we raise. For that, we're going to match whatever comes in on that. So hopefully we can make, fill up a truck. I want to fill up our big box truck that we have, take it down there, unload that thing. Hopefully they tell us it's too much and they have to rent a storage facility or something to store this stuff to get through the summer months, because that's when the pantry, and no pun intended, the well runs dry. around the summer months. For whatever reason, you would think it would be around holidays or whatever. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't, because people are more giving around the holidays, and
Right.
people tend to forget about donating, in the summer months. And again, it's one of those things that we take for granted. So, anything, if you got leftover stuff in your cupboards from, this past winter or whatever, but we're not looking for like frozen food. We're not looking for like fish and shrimp and steaks and stuff like that. We're looking for non-perishables, canned fruits, canned vegetables, macaroni and cheese, hygiene stuff,
Yeah.
toothbrushes,
Yep.
toothpaste. And thank you guys who have already donated. I believe David said they're actually collecting more stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah, David Kack. So thank you for all your help, man, and thank you for your support every week. We really appreciate it. And Chuck and Tyler and Colin and everybody that, David Bruno, I don't know if he's on here or not. Tina.
He was on here earlier, yeah.
Yeah, Tina, hashtag Red Bull, man, get her done. Yellow Red Bull.
Bulls.
And Jana and Kim and Jocelyn and Sam and Tam. Okay, let's not forget about her, because she's the one behind the scenes right now.
Yeah.
She actually made this flyer. You know what I mean? She came up with the design and has really been kind of like the chairperson of our committee, spearheading this whole thing and really just, went over and beyond. And thank you for that, Tam, if you're watching. Thank you, and everyone else that's participating. I'm sure Horizon is going to want to get involved with some either monetary donation or go out and get some stuff. So, but yeah, man, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a great episode.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it was a great topic, and if you got any questions, put them in the comments. We'll get the answer back to you as soon as we can.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Once again, thank you everyone for watching us, tuning in. If you haven't liked the page or subscribed yet, make sure you guys hop onto our page, give us a like, hit your bell for notifications so you get a notification when we do go live.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support. Hopefully everyone has a good rest of your week.
Yeah.
It was a short week for a lot of people, so let's rock it out, finish it out strong, and we'll see you guys on the next one, episode 76, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Have a good week, guys.
Yep.